Feel what I'm saying? There's a part in the professor where, he looked through the phone book and he go to her address. Man, that shit was wild. Another professor, you know good and well you can't do that nowadays. Cause you can't do it. They got websites and shit like that where all you need is the first name and the last name, and you can go to somebody's house, right? You get the address. Man, if I show up to a girl address and be like, well, you gave me her name, so I thought, I asked you out in person. Man, the police get called on you, all type of shit. Feel what I'm saying? And to me, ladies, put in the comments. I think Nutty Professor is kind of fake. Fine ass, small, petite woman like Jada Pinkett, like a Nutty Professor. I done seen women with big dudes, but not big and like fucking Nutty Professor, man. With that kind of build and that kind of personality, man, that shit is fake. I ain't never seen it in my life. Feel what I'm saying? If you're a woman and you would like the Nutty Professor, you would date a nigga like the Nutty Professor, put in the comments if you'll date a nigga like the Nutty Professor. Feel what I'm saying? I feel like it's a little bit fictionalized that a woman like Jada Pinkett, petite, small, beautiful, would like a fat ass nigga like Nutty Professor off of personality. Because that's what it's basically saying. Like, she just liked him because he, had a nice personality. I feel what I'm saying? But to me, Nutty Professor is a sad ass movie, even though it's a comedy, because it shows you how people look at fat people and treat fat people. And being fat is just a vice. A fat person likes to eat. And being fat, people can see your vice, off of you being fat. They can see your face and your stomach, and they feel like, oh, I could comment on this person being fat ass, piece of shit, low life, because they can see your vice. Your vice is you like to eat. You have an addiction. You know what I'm saying? You can't control your eating. You have low self-discipline when it comes to eating. So people feel like they could judge you off of that, but it's people that's addicted to corn, sex, drugs. People are bad mothers, bad fathers. And but that's a vice that you can hide. That's something that you can hide from the world. But then you feel like you get on the internet and judge a fat person, talk down on a fat person, call them a loser. Feel what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people have mental issues, health issues. Like Tish Mallah, people always talk about Tish Mallah, and there's a lot of stuff he say, that's like real self-pity. Like, oh, you gotta do this and do that. But it's obvious that he has a mental issue. And if you really listen to his ramblings, stuff done happened to him in his childhood. He talks about it all the time. People just probably don't know because they don't listen to what he be saying out his fucking mouth, right? So you judging Tish Mallah, whatever the case may be, call him a fat ass, say you a piece of shit, low life. Don't you know that a lot of fat people that's like that, they trying to off themselves? It's a slow form of suicide. They trying to get themselves out of this world by eating. Some people do it with drugs. Some people do it with eating. There was a time when I was so depressed that life wasn't going my way. I used to eat, cheeseburgers, like triple cheeseburgers. Y'all was laughing about it in the other video. I used to eat that hoping that I would die in my sleep or I would have a heart attack or something like that. Feel what I'm saying? And it was because I had no motivation to live or no motivation to do what I want to do in life. That's a lot of fat people, man. It's a lot of fat people like that in the world. Feel what I'm saying? I had no motivation. And a lot of people that are fat, you call them a loser or low life, they already feel that way about themselves. And you say, well, you should just off yourself. Well, that's what they're doing. They're eating themselves, hoping they get a cardiac arrest or a heart attack or something like that, and just eat themselves to death. They doing something that they love by eating themselves, and hopefully they pass away, right? And a lot of times you say, well, you're a loser, gain motivation. Some people, motivation could be just looking good or to look good naked. Or, for me, is I want to be, healthy for my kids, whatever the case may be. I want to be rich. I want to take care of my family and stuff like that. But there's people that don't have a family. There's people who don't have anything. There's people who are, genetically messed up from it don't matter if they was fat or skinny. And they feel like, well, hell, I'm going to get fat and whatever the case may be, because even when I was skinny, it don't make no difference. So there's a lot of things that's in somebody's mind that you don't know. You don't take into account. You just judge them because you're a piece of shit. You're the piece of shit, not them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that's know-it-alls on the internet. There's a lot of people that's know-it-alls, in real life. I know people in real life, tell me this. I know people in real life who, if they wrong about something, they'll be like, well, it doesn't matter. That shit don't really matter anyway if they get proven wrong about something. There's people who will argue you down about football, basketball. But when you argue them down about something that you like rappers or whatever the case may be, they'll be like, well, it don't really matter. That stuff don't really matter. We all die, whatever the case may be. And then you got Bible thumpers, what I'm saying? They wrong about something, or they don't want to talk about something that you want to talk about. Man, that stuff don't really matter. What matters is getting saved by Jesus. And these is like the most unchristian like people ever, man. I hate people like that. I know people like that in real life, bro. Like, I'm telling you, in my family, like, my father is kind of like that. And I had to live here, whatever the case may be. It's a very hard thing, childhood trauma and all that type of shit, bro. That shit never goes away. But it's people like that, man, that judge people and try to bash people, you know what I mean? So be mindful of people like that, you know what I mean? You judge a fat people, a fat person's vices, they like to eat, they have low self-discipline in eating, like me, whatever the case may be. And you sitting here judging them because your vices is hidden from the internet. You can hide that you're addicted to drugs or you're addicted to corn or addicted to sex or you beat on your wife or you beat on your kids and stuff like that. You can hide that stuff. But you can talk shit about a fat person. You can talk shit about an ugly person. That's why fat people and ugly people is the worst treated people because you can talk shit about them. Feel what I'm saying? And kind of get away with it, right? Because you're a piece of shit. So you calling them a piece of shit. You like motivation. A lot of people don't have motivation, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no family. They don't have any friends. You feel what I'm saying? They was dealt a bad hand. They was dealt a bad card in life. And some people get out of that situation by finding motivation. They find something to be inspired by, so then they lose weight like I did, right? Like I'm doing to lose weight. But some people don't have the motivation. They don't have the inspiration like, well, fuck, why would I do that? You know? So watch your fucking mouth, shit bags.